We want to think about how we relate to cultural or religious expressions based on a set of world views and values that are very different to ours as legislator. And how do we live with them in daily life, at our workplace, and we've already heard very interesting presentations about this. And how can we strike a balance between individual freedom, security, and respect for minorities, which really is at the heart of democratic societies in Europe. Now, I could speak very clearly about the burqa right now. All human beings, including women, everywhere, are entitled to health, education, work, equality, and equality that we still haven't fully constructed at the European level. And this is why I call for thinking about this very calmly, because this is an ongoing debate throughout Europe about Islamic garments, and particularly the burqa. But there are other manifestations about scarves, about the niqab, about other types of veils. And I think it is no good to deal with these issues from the populist point of view. In Spain and France, it's seen that between 60 and 70% of the population would support a prohibition of these garments on the street. However, none of these studies do not measure the degree of knowledge about the traditional garments worn by Muslim women. And here I would like to take the time for some self-criticism. When we were preparing this day and we were preparing the ads, we realized that we were confusing different types of veils. We didn't know. We mistook the niqab for the burqa. And so the very first thing we have to do is to not be swept away by certain trends. We have to step back and we have to look at this issue calmly and clearly. And as we've already heard today, we must not mistake Islam for Muslims. We must not get the two mixed up. And I think that's very important. And I think that sometimes people are using this type of discourse to actually hide the need to actually achieve true equality. Now, in many European countries, the economic crisis is putting a lot of governments into the wall. And a technique to make people forget these types of problems is to really spark these types of debates that fuel irrationality. And the more we appeal to people's gut, the more votes we may be able to win and the more media coverage we achieve. But the less time we'll have to actually explain in-depth issues such as cutting pensions, restructuring that's ongoing, and restructuring that's ahead of us. Of course, the issue at hand is a problem that we have to deal with. But it's easier to launch this in debate simply in public and to shoot from the hip than to think about it calmly. But we have to think about it calmly, because we have to look at the issue in depth and we have to take it seriously, because it has to do with the right of people to freedom, and that's very important. So we have to remain calm. And as Habji said, we have to start by creating spaces of emancipation. I agree with that idea. We need spaces for emancipation, for a better future for girls, for women throughout the world. Because, as I've already said, we have not yet achieved full equality in Europe even yet. But we must remain calm. It is true when these garments are imposed on people, they undermine people's rights, individual rights, and moreover, they may be a problem for public safety and security. However, it is also true, and here I want to provoke just a little bit, that in our culture we have many problems that may actually, many types of behavior that may pose the same problems. I mean, some gangs, for example, they use different types of garments. They show their underwear, they have the tattoos, they use caps, signal certain things with their clothes. Now, I don't want to compare one to the other, but I just want to call on you to be clear, to think clearly, to be calmly, and that we have to call for the equality of women. But as we do so, we have to consider how we interact with all the cultures that are around us, all the expressions around us. And I think we have to work to try to come up with solutions that offer guarantees and that can be shared, that offer guarantees for all women, also for women that wear the burqa. Because some solutions that stem from populism may actually just aggravate the situation and cause more problems than they solve. Now, we have to be very strong when it comes to emphasizing rights and freedoms for everyone, but we have to be very calm and serene in the debate. And we have to come together to try to find the best solutions for equality and solutions for women to be allowed to just be who they want to be and enjoy or benefit from all human rights and full equality under all circumstances. Thank you.